We have one final fireside chat to close out our day today. This one on building transformative alliances. And to facilitate this conversation, it's my pleasure to welcome back someone we have already seen today, Tricina Cash, the Executive Vice President of EMSDC, who will facilitate this fireside chat. Tricina.
Hi, everybody. So we're almost at the end. I'm going to have some words about EMSDC, and as I do that, my panel is joining me. And before I get into anything, you see that QR code up there? I want you to scan that QR code. And whenever you get to our website, if you do the click down for our team, and you will see me there, and then there's a link with all of my contact information, so you can reach out to me. Also, and I really mean this, in July 8th, the National Minority Supplier Development Council is holding here in Pittsburgh their Business Diversity and Leadership Summit, which is really comprised of supplier diversity professionals from national level member corporations. They're coming to Pittsburgh. Now, that summit is something like 2.5, 3 days. It is exclusive to them. You cannot join any of their meetings. So we at EMSDC, we're one of 23 regional councils, and we cover all of Pennsylvania, Delaware, and southern New Jersey. The day before that they're coming in, we've invited them to join us for a fun networking activity so that they can interact with all of us at golf. Now, I don't want to hear it if you don't know how to golf, because I have a solution for that. We have a golf clinic. And if any of you follow me on LinkedIn, you saw that I posted that I golfed yesterday with Hit Like a Girl. We would really like for you to join us for golf, whether you purchase an individual ticket or a foursome. This is very important. It's coming back to Pittsburgh. We haven't been back to Pittsburgh since the shutdown. And we really appreciate it. We do have scholarship recipients who benefit from the proceeds, including Homeless Children's Education Fund. So I wanted to say that off the bat. QR code, please. Okay, so good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's last panel discussion on the Business Navigators Accelerator program, which we call BNAP. It is funded to support minority-owned and women-owned businesses in Allegheny County. As the Executive Vice President of the Eastern Minority Supplier Development Council, and on behalf of our President and CEO, who's on his way back from Europe right now, and our Board of Directors and colleagues who are here today, Meg Markley, a lot of people know, and Aaliyah Bunch, who's here all the way from Philadelphia. I'm delighted to be here with you all today, and thank you for the chance to talk about Black and diverse businesses. EMSDC is a corporate membership nonprofit. We have 110 corporate members. We're dedicated to promoting and advocating for the economic inclusion of minority-owned businesses. We currently have over 1,000 certified minority businesses within our region. By connecting these businesses with leading corporations, government agencies, and other organizations, we strive to create mutually beneficial opportunities that drive economic growth and development. We've been doing the work for more than 50 years, and we are a proud partner of CEIR and of the so many organizations and companies represented here today. Our value proposition is clear. EMSDC provides a robust network, unparalleled resources, and unwavering support to diverse-owned businesses, enabling them to compete and thrive in the global marketplace. We believe that diversity in business ownership not only strengthens the economy, but also fosters innovation and creativity. Now we are here to talk about BNAP, an innovative pilot initiative launched here in Allegheny County last year with the support of the YWCA of Greater Pittsburgh. Our goal with BNAP is simple, yet profound, to empower minority-owned and women-owned businesses with the tools, resources, and mentorship they need to navigate and excel in today's complex business landscape. By fostering a supportive ecosystem, we aim to drive economic growth and equity within our communities. The program wouldn't be possible without the collaboration and dedication of our esteemed partners, which include Catalyst Connection, Dallas Consulting Solutions, Riverside Center for Innovation, who unfortunately could not be here today, Penn State University's Entrepreneurship Assistance Clinic, Chatham Center for Women Entrepreneurship, and Entrepreneurs Forever for your unwavering support and expertise in supplier development, which are the backbone of this initiative. We are deeply grateful at EMSDC. And again, the almost $1 million grant that we received from YWCA of Greater Pittsburgh is the reason we are able to kick off this program. And so help me welcome our esteemed panel. So since we're so late in the day and we've run over a bit of time, the true objective of this panel is I want to inform you of the people who are doing this work, the work that they've been doing with regards to this program, and also for them to use this opportunity as a platform to help with continuing to recruit diverse businesses into these programs. For example, Davis Consulting Solutions is helping us to assess and to provide some services to 200 minority and women-owned businesses. So, in terms of outreach, this is helping us to do that. So the first company that should probably speak, and hopefully it's in alphabetical order, is Catalyst Connection. Well, no, it's Entrepreneurs Forever. She could go first. Tamary Abney.
Should I sit? Should I stand?
You stand.
Okay, I like standing.
No. Oh,
Hi, everyone. Wake up. I am Tamary Abney, and I am the Vice President of Community Relations and Outreach at Entrepreneurs Forever, and I'm so happy to be here and be a trusted BNAP partner. I'm going to turn so I can make sure that the slides are going, but I am proud to introduce and also reintroduce some of you to Entrepreneurs Forever. Okay, perfect. So Entrepreneurs Forever has been around since 2016. We launched, at that time, we were founded by a gentleman named Joe Callahan. Joe spent the last 6 years of his life building out this program to really foster peer learning. So our program that's all we do, is we put entrepreneurs together in a group and allow them to learn from each other. He found that this was the secret sauce to his success, and he wanted to provide that same opportunity to entrepreneurs that may not be quite where he was at, and I'll get to that a little bit later. Next. So what we found is there are not a lot of small businesses that actually make it to the $1 million mark. Oh, thanks. This green button, because there's two.
Top. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So what we found is there's not a lot of businesses that actually make it to $1 million in revenue, and that number is even smaller for women-owned businesses and Black-owned businesses. What we also saw is that there are a lot of startups, and especially when it was COVID time, a lot of people started their own businesses, and what they were tending to do is get stuck in that. So what we do is we put our entrepreneurs together into these small groups, but we ask them that they've been in business for at least 1 year. They have revenue between $30,000 and $1 million of revenue, and that they work in their business full time. So our particular program is not for the startups. It is for what we call the grow-ups, because we've found that those groups of people often are unsupported. So that's what we do. Now, these are probably all organizations that you are familiar with when it comes to peer learning. How many people have heard of YPO? Some people? You have to have $13 million to get in there. That's what our founder, he was in YPO. Vistage. Before joining Entrepreneurs Forever, Vistage was the only peer learning group that I knew about. You have to at least have $5 million to get in there. And then WPO, you have a little bit less, 1 million. So as you can see, a lot of these peer learning groups that are out here are not accessible to a lot of members of our community. That's where Entrepreneurs Forever comes in. We are the only peer learning program in the country that is dedicated to small businesses between $30,000 and $1 million in revenue. So we are providing basically the same services as these groups to people in our community. So again, we only do one thing, and I like to say that because we are non-competitive with other organizations. This is all we do. We're not a networking group, we're not a workshop, we're not educational, it's not like you go to a class. All we do is peer groups. So we put 10 to 12 business owners in a group, and this is a long-term experience because we believe that the change happens over a long period of time. We're not doing a 12-week course and then you're gone. This is 3 years that people are together learning and learning from each other. So again, those are our accomplishments we like our entrepreneurs to have. And the program actually, they meet once a month. This is virtual, which is great because we're able to put entrepreneurs that are maybe in different areas together because they meet over the computer. And in that 2-hour time period that they take for their businesses, they are doing a 30-day update. So, Tamara, how's your business? My business is great. And then we're doing real-time issue processing. So this is when I'm allowed to maybe talk about an issue that's going on in my business. I'm having trouble hiring my first employee. I'm asking my peer group what their experiences are, and in that time period, they're able to ask me some clarifying questions. So they may say, well, when do you plan on hiring somebody? What are the qualifications? And then after that, they provide their advice. Okay, and they're only allowed to say, in my experience. So that's how you're really learning from each other. We have competency development, and then all of our groups are led by a professional facilitator that are successful business owners in their own right. So these are examples of our competency curriculum that we do have, and it's all peer-led activities. So we have curriculum on connection, vision, money, sales, talent, process, and growth. So these are all being responsive to what the facilitator sees are needs in the particular group. So if that particular group needs to know about QuickBooks, they're going to pull that off of the shelf. If they don't need to know about QuickBooks, it's not going to get pulled off the shelf. It's really about what the group needs at that particular time. And the nice thing is we actually get results. When you come into our program, we're asking you at least 3 things. We're asking you what your annual revenue is, maybe how many employees you have, and also your owner's compensation, because that's what we're going to track. And we're able to see around that 2-year mark, our entrepreneurs have an 80% increase in their revenue. They are paying themselves twice the amount they were paying themselves before, and they've at least hired, I don't know what 2.1 people are, but at least 2 employees are being hired. So I just like to show this slide so that you have an understanding where we kind of sit in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Again, startup accelerators here, business education programs here, individual mentorship is here. We're right in the middle, long-term peer learning. And I show this because we work hand in hand. We talked about collaboration. We work hand in hand with organizations like SCORE, with Launch Boxes, with the Center for Women's Entrepreneurship. We're able to have everyone come and be a part of one of our peer groups. And then we also will refer out to them because we don't do individual mentorship. If we find that somebody in our peer group needs that, then we'll refer them to SCORE or we'll refer them to another organization. And then for business capital, we're helping a lot of those entrepreneurs get to the place where they then can go and get that business capital. So this is my last slide. This is just a couple of our referral partners that we've worked with and also funders, because the number one thing I did not say is that our program is free to the entrepreneurs. So Entrepreneurs Forever is a free program based upon funding from private and public organizations and also government entities. What brings me here today is we are proud to be a BNAP partner, and we have launched the Million Bound peer group, and that is a EMSDC specific peer group. So EMSDC invited their members and the members of the community to be a part of their particular peer group, and I'm happy to say they had their first meeting, I think about like a month ago. So it's going well. That's it, thanks.
And I should say, thank you, Tamary, that not only is her program free, I think altogether it's probably $7,500 per person, but also too that, I lost my train of thought. So all of these folks are working collaboratively, and just want to go to the next slide. And that's Catalyst.
Hello. Oh.
Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is India Carter, and I work at Catalyst Connection as a business associate. At Catalyst Connection, we are a private, not-for-profit organization located in Hazelwood. We are a part of the MEP network, which is the Manufacturing Extension Partnership Network. And what we do is we are dedicated to serving the small to mid-sized manufacturers throughout the 12 counties of southwestern Pennsylvania. Okay. At Catalyst Connection, we offer 4 different services. The first one is consulting services. We have a dedicated team of expert consultants, and what they really do is they work with our clients for a variety of their business needs. We also have technology adoption, training and events, and lastly, workforce. At Catalyst Connection, we have about 70 to 75% of our grants. They come from both federal and state funding. So I'm going to try to breeze through this real quick. For BNAP, we really decided to split our objectives and our approach between 4 different phases. In our first phase, my colleague and I, who's actually here with me today, we created a database of about 112 MWBE manufacturers. And from that, we created a marketing approach so that we can really target those manufacturers, letting them know what BNAP is, letting them know about Catalyst Consulting and those services. And in phase 2, we awarded 5 mini grants to select companies. For that process, we consulted with 11 companies. We consulted them throughout the mini grant application process, and throughout that process, we then selected the 5 companies to be awarded the mini grant. And in phase 3, we provided consulting services to, I can't really see. We provided around a little over 50 hours of consulting services to a variety of different companies. Those consulting services included supplier scouting, product commercialization roadmap, customer discovery. And lastly, in phase 4, we wanted to create a networking opportunities for MWBE manufacturers. For that, we created at least one in-person event at Trace Brewing Company. We also created, we had a holiday gift guide for December, in December, where we had 7 companies participate in that, as well as 4 companies attended the NASA Technology Transfer Expansion Program event. Here we have just a little bit of our data about our companies that we work with. We engage with nearly 50 companies, and then we directly serve 19 companies, and out of that 19, we provided the 5 mini grants with. 2 companies that I really want to highlight is the Mini Pie Box. The Mini Pie Box is located here in Pittsburgh. They are an amazing company, and what they do is they seek to provide the community with affordable food. So what they're doing currently is they applied for a grant for up to $100,000. If they are to receive that grant, their goal is to create their own commercialized kitchen here in Pittsburgh. We also have Parcel Health. Parcel Health, the U.S. commercialized, the U.S. Commercial Service honored co-founders of Parcel Health with a U.S. Department of Commerce Export Achievement Certificate for exporting goods to Canada. And I think that's it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I know we're running late, so I'll keep this short and sweet. My name is Flynn Schlicht. I am the director for the Center for Women's Entrepreneurship at Chatham University. Delighted to be here today. And we are 18 years supporting entrepreneurs in our region with entrepreneurial training and mentoring and different networking opportunities. So I just kind of want to go through quickly of what we offer and then in terms of our BNAP participation. So as I mentioned, we do lots of training programs. We focus on entrepreneurs from 0 years in business to 30 years in business. So we help people who want to start their business and people who want to sell it. Maybe retire, find someone to buy their business. So we do lots of different training. No matter where you are in business. One of our most popular programs is Concept to Launch, which is our 6-week online, well, it's online and in person. We kind of have a hybrid model for those starting out in business. So we usually look at 0 to 2 years in business. This is one of our most popular programs. We run it about 4 times a year. We have about 25 people in each cohort. A new program we started a few years ago was the business of childcare. You probably hear about childcare a lot in the news. So this is an area where we started doing a training program specifically in this industry. We graduated 89 business owners from this program last year. Of those, 29 are now licensed to open childcare businesses in Allegheny County. All right, so yes, so and I would say of those, 89% of them were minority-owned businesses. Another area we do is the business planning and capital readiness. This is a program to help business owners who are startups or existing, putting a business plan together and understand how to get capital for their business, whether it's that debt financing or equity financing. So we do, and another program we launched with BNAP support was our digital services training program. One of the things we saw during COVID was a lot of businesses lost out because they did not have an online presence. So we put a program together to help these businesses get online, and if they're not online, enhance their presence online and more e-commerce. And a lot of people don't understand the process of selling and pricing their products as well online. So that's some of our programming. An area where we stand out is in our technical assistance. This is all free. And I should mention, our center is one of 152 women business centers across the United States that are partially funded from the SBA. We're also funded through corporate sponsors and through foundations. And through that support, all of these services are free. So in the areas where we provide technical assistance, as you can see many of them on the screen here, but regarding with BNAP program, the areas we focused on was funding, getting businesses access to funding. This is a huge challenge. It doesn't matter if you're 15, 20 years in business. Getting access to money is a real challenge right now. But we also work with entrepreneurs who are often first-time generation entrepreneurs who've never gone for a business loan before, helping them to get lines of credit. So that was one area. Another area we worked on is, for BNAP program, was with food businesses. Helping those businesses get access to capital, but also getting all the certifications and qualifications they needed to open their food business. ServSafe training, one of those programs that we offer. And the last one I mentioned was digital services, which is, again, helping them to get their business online. But we also do a lot of training and certification on diversity certifications to work with the federal government, to work with corporations, so you can get certified as a woman-owned, minority-owned, or veteran-owned businesses. We service about 800 to 900 clients a year. Last year, we serviced over 1,000. So there's no shortage of business owners in our area. We're happy to serve them with our community partners here today. Thank you.
That's me. Hello, everyone. So I will be quick as well. I know I'm here at the end. So the good thing, though, is, like Ann here, I give away stuff. Okay, free. All right. So I'm with the Entrepreneur Assistance Clinic at Penn State, and it's at the law school. Which one? Is it green one? Top green one. Sorry, top green one. Okay. All right. So I was with a huge global law firm for decades. I quit that about 8 years ago and started teaching at Penn State, and I saw some other schools had this entrepreneurship program, and so I started it then. It's grown dramatically. We now have generally 25, 26 students who work with me and with 2 other lawyers, and we supervise the law students, and enables us to give them practical experience and to give free services. And we've been able to do it all over Pennsylvania. We were using Zoom well before COVID. I remember I saw it somewhere and asked if I could get a subscription, and I got it. And it enabled us to cover all of Pennsylvania. Last year, as I tell my former partners, the best way to build a practice is not to charge. And so last year we served over 1,400 clients. We formed over 650 businesses here in Pennsylvania. We also do lots of webinars, and that's presentations. That's where I originally met Tricina here. What EMS did for us is, the next slide will show where we get. I'm going to flip to that now, and I'll come back here. So when we started, Penn State has this big network of so-called launch boxes. It's campuses all over Pennsylvania. There are 21. And so they have these like incubator, accelerator type units at every campus, and a big one at the large campus where I am at Penn State. And so they feed us a fair amount of clients. But from there, we went to the SBDCs, and there are 15 of those all over Pennsylvania, and they feed us a lot of clients. But what we saw was that the 2 big urban areas in Pennsylvania must have enough lawyers that provide free services, because we didn't get much in terms of client flow from Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. We got a lot from what's called the rural T of Pennsylvania, up through the middle and across the top. Places like Erie sent us, like the area around Erie sent us more clients than any other area of the state. But then Tricina suggested we participate in the BNAP program and focus on Allegheny County. So we said, sure, we'd love to do that. And we sent out information to, I think it was like 37 different economic development groups in Allegheny County. And some weren't interested and some were. And so now we have, as previous slide showed, we've had over 110 clients in the first part of this program for all minority and women-owned companies, and we would not have done that certainly without the BNAP program. And then they're like the Chatham Center that Ann runs is really our biggest referral source in Pittsburgh. I mean, they send us a lot of clients on a continuing basis. And so any of you who want to refer us clients, you know, we have almost no standards other than the fact if you can afford other lawyers, you should go use them. So I always tell, sometimes lawyers in Pennsylvania get annoyed and say, you're stealing our business. And I always say, you don't want our clients because you won't get paid. Anyhow, we do all sorts of business-related work. A lot of it formation work, early stage, but for later stage companies too. You know, small family businesses being sold and things like that. And there's no connection to Penn State is necessary. We just do it for the entire state, irrespective of you know, who you root for. And I think I can end there because I know nobody wants to hear anything else. But we're on the website. If you just go to the Entrepreneur Assistance Clinic, we'll come up and, on the search. This code here works as well. We have an online intake form, and we accept, like I said, almost anybody except those people who are going to hire a lawyer. Okay.
Last one, Danielle Davis, consulting. And she's going to be real quick. We appreciate everyone's patience.
You can use, there you go.
Like 2 minutes. So the reason I lost my thought in saying that BNAP does not require the businesses to be certified as minority or certified as women-owned businesses. So certification isn't required. BNAP initiative is already served 534 businesses, 64% are minority-owned, and 70% are women-owned. Danielle?
So last but not least, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Danielle Davis, President and CEO of Davis Consulting Solutions. I don't have a slide up right now.
But they have your handout.
Okay, all right. So there is a handout. So I think it is appropriate that I'm actually serving in the middle because Davis Consulting Solutions is actually serving as a middleman for EMSDC as well as some of the other organizations that you previously heard from. We provide business and workforce solutions. Our 4 pillars are business, diversity, workforce, and community. We also have core practices to engage, educate, and empower. So everything that we do in this region and beyond is all about making sure that minority, women, disadvantaged individuals find opportunities and have access to them. What we're doing currently for EMSDC is serving as a front point of contact for a number of these businesses that are looking to recover from COVID and that which the pandemic actually impacted them with. And then in addition to that, we're doing assessments, we're making referrals to these individuals, and or we're providing our own technical assistance depending upon what their needs are. We have 2 buckets of which we're working with. We have the emerging businesses, which are actually designed to fall within our partners' parameters. And then we also have businesses that go beyond that $1 million so that they can actually receive support around business, marketing, and legal services. So we designed it intentionally to be appropriate for each of these referral sources. Our information is in a flyer somewhere that Tricina has, and we will be distributing that information, and you can find us at davisconsultsolutions.com. Thank you.
And just to end it, that grant has also benefited us at EMSDC with regards to encouraging more of our minority-owned businesses to explore international trade. Last year, we were able to send 3 black business owners from Pittsburgh to London for a conference there, and we're doing so much more of that. And as I said before, right now my boss is coming back from Europe. He's always, somewhere out there. making that happen. There's some really great things that are going to be happening for our organization and specifically in Pittsburgh in the near future. So I hope you got that QR code. We look forward to working with you. Thank you again, Tim.